Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at the chart of Bitcoin and Cardano, as both have been dropping in the last few hours. Slight consolidation at the moment. We're going to take a look at what that means in the charts. Before we start though, I'd like to draw your attention to Crypto.com, who have kindly sponsored this video here today. Crypto.com is the world's fastest growing crypto app, and yeah, you can get it on the App Store, you can get it on Google Play, and if you use it you can buy and sell 250 and more cryptocurrencies, and you can also stake cryptos. You can even order a metal Visa card. They are quite popular. I've got one myself, and to get one of these you stake basically your Crow, and yeah, depending on how many Crow coins you are staking, you can choose one of these tiers of the cards, and depending on which card type you have, you get certain benefits here. Spotify, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Expedia, Airbnb discounts, and so on. So feel free to take a look at that. They look good, they are metal cards, and they make crypto payments very, very easy. Ideally, that's what I do at least. I upload it with, or I put some USDT on there. Then I don't have to, I don't have these tax issues. So that makes it very easy. And yeah, you get all these benefits on top. And if you want to get one of these metal cards, you can follow the link in the video description. It's an affiliate link. And if you use it to get one of these cards, then you get a $25 bonus. So let's start with Bitcoin here. Bitcoin has dropped, as we already said in the last video, out of my target area here. That was the wave 4 target area, in which the price has been moving for quite a few days actually, and it then dropped out to the downside of this target area and also back into this descending broadening wedge. You know, we did talk about here a potential breakout of this descending broadening wedge. Well, that did happen, but we didn't really get the volume, didn't really break out too much, but to be fair, depending on how you see it, we actually nearly reached the target area of this descending broadening wedge with this wick here. That did lead all the way up to 40.4k, and the target area, or the target actually was like 40.6, because the target of a descending broadening wedge is typically the beginning of the wedge. Okay, so we were nearly there anyway. Probably found resistance here at the 50-day moving average, therefore it stopped. So now we have broken to the downside of this target area of the wave 4, which is good to see, because that indicates that we could already be in this wave 5. Okay, the wave 5 of the wave 5 here. It's of course too early to say that, right? It is too early to say that. There is no definite answer, because everything that it is doing here is still possible within wave 4. It could just be an extended wave 4. It just could be a little bit more up and down. You know, we saw that here. This was a wave 4 as well. You know, what we did from that 33k low all the way up to 45k, that was a wave 4 as well. And if you look at the pattern and what it did, you can see that from this low here, we moved up as well. Yeah, found a peak, then dropped down. This could be what we did here. And that gives you an idea how long that wave 4 could be, and that we even could go up in price once more. Yeah, so all of that is possible as long as we are below 41.5k. My primary expectation is that we are coming down straight away. If we break above 41.5k, it gets more likely that we're also going to break the 46.5k, and above 46.5k, we have to assume, actually significantly higher prices. They would still be part of a correction. They would then be the alternative that I talked about in many videos already. If we break above 46.5k, so very clear level here defined, then we have to unpack the alternative scenario where prices could go into the region of 55k. That would be like an ideal range before we then come down in my main target area between 20 and 29k. As a maximum, it could do probably around 65k, but all of that would be still possible, or would be still part of a larger correction. Okay, before we then, however, as I said, come down in my target area down here. I would of course prefer, and I'm sure many people would do as well, just a final sell-off now, bring the indicators down, and then start with new all-time highs. To be fair, a move up would help many altcoins. Yeah, so if you break really above this 46.5k level, which I can't see yet really, not at the moment yet, because we need to break above 41.5k first, which would invalidate this immediate scenario here, because the wave 4 would then get into the wave 1 area, which is not possible actually, but if it does that, then it would invalidate this scenario. But yeah, a move above 46.5k would help a lot of altcoins that are already very low, and they could then get out of their individual target areas. Many altcoins have already reached their target areas, and if they drop below these, there is a risk they really get into very low price areas. Now, if Bitcoin, for example, would move into areas like 55k, these altcoins could really start going and put a lot of buffer in, basically in place before between their target area, before Bitcoin comes down once more, you know. So that would help them quite a bit. So what could happen here next? Well, as long as we stay below this trend line here of that descending broadening wedge, I think it will point down. What we can see here is possibly just a retest of that previous support line as resistance. You can see how it's coiling up really for a move. This could be regarded as a bear flag. So you come down here and now you're just consolidating, okay. Basically, you can see it's in a triangle. It's a triangle, usually rather a neutral pattern, but again, a neutral pattern, but coming from above, so it could be understood as bear flag, and you would normally more likely than not break down. But then again, look at what we did here. Look at what we did here. We also moved from here to the upside, which was the similar thing, right? You came down all the way, you formed a bit like a triangle pattern here, or an ascending wedge or something, and you should have broken to the downside from here as well. But it doesn't always work like that. So, however, as long as we stay below this trend line, the idea would be that we break here to the downside and move down. However, if Bitcoin makes it above this 38k level again, then I think we can expect again higher prices. So again, here at a key decision point right at this moment, the 4-hour MACD still pointing to the downside, so it hasn't really switched over to bullish again. On the daily, also rather sideways movement here on the indicators. Nothing too exciting to see at the moment, and again, it just confirms that the market is in a state of uncertainty. But you can see how the price is moving here really into an apex on the 1-hour chart, and there will be a decision in the coming hour. Next 1 or 2 hours, you will see here a move and a decision if the price is going back above this trend line or below. And if it goes below, we can in the first instance expect another 37k price, and probably from there a move down to the next support, which would be 36.2. Below that we've got 34.3. Yes, that's my view on Bitcoin. Cardano, to be honest, also just moving in line with Bitcoin at the moment. Nothing too exciting. Actually dropping here a little bit more, back to 86 cents, 87 cents. Still in this descending wedge, and also just patiently waiting, I think, for Bitcoin to make a move. So far, the lowest point here of the price was around 75 cents. I'm pretty sure we're going to get there once more. Especially as since the price has been seen, we have made another series of lower lows and lower highs. You can see that. So generally the chart remains to be weak, and it is currently bound in this descending wedge pattern, which if it breaks could really push the price significantly higher, because in the end it is a bullish pattern. But what we need to wait for is some sort of a buy signal, momentum and volume. And where could we get that? On the weekly, we're still far away from a buy signal, for example. On the 4-day chart, we had here one that was up here. That was a bullish cross on the 4-day chart, but that was switched over to bearish again. So there is not really anything at the moment in the chart that we could see as super bullish. Maybe here on the daily chart, the MACD could push a bullish crossover soon, and that could lead to another price increase, but nothing crazy necessarily. Last time it happened, it moved the price from 92 cents all the way up to 125. I mean, it is nice, but it would not necessarily break this descending trend, and I still expect the price to move into this area between 30 and 55 cents. So that's all I can tell you at the moment. Need a bit more patience to really see how the market is deciding. Good sign is for Bitcoin that we broke that trend line yesterday and that we're heading further into the direction of my primary expectation, but the price needs to stay below 38k for that. And I'll of course keep you updated today about the latest developments and if things are changing. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe, leave a comment as well for the algorithm. And if you really like the content, maybe check out the channel membership for lots of additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.